Come on, get her heated up.
Okay, it's a 3-day weekend. It's Memorial Day on Harstine Island. Let's just kind of go out for a little outing before the rain starts again and take a look at Memorial Day on our little island. I'm going to head up to the Saturday market at the community center first. They call it a farmer's market, but it's more of a craft market than a farmer's market. It's only about 4 or 5 miles, so I'm not going to film the entire trip. I cut it down greatly. Bringing the speed down. I mainly wanted to see what the market looks like this year because this is the very first year where they're actually assigning spots, and they're also requiring vendors to have a business license, and those who sell food items are also required to have a food handler's permit, and this maybe hopefully weeded out some of the scroungier inhabitants that used to come up here. I'll go in and take a look at it. I'll just kind of do a walkthrough. I sold for a couple years here.
There she goes.
I'm just going to do a walkthrough to see what it looks like with all the new regulations enacted.
A policy the Pike Place Market should adopt. Are you knocking them dead, Jill?
Hi,
hello.
Rocky. I am.
Oh, good.
I've got one $6 pie left, and
okay.
I had a whole extra tray here, and there. There's one broken one.
Yeah, I'm going to head up to the park as I get through here and see if I can do a few underwater shots.
Oh, do you like apple raspberry?
No, that's okay. I just had breakfast.
You sure? Because I have one that's broken. I'll just give it to you.
No, I'm fine.
No?
You're not much of a sweet eater.
There wouldn't be anything left of it by the time I got home after a ride in the bike basket.
Deputy Sheriff this morning caught a young guy on a bicycle rifling mailboxes. Had him in handcuffs right up the road there.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. So.
If I put anything outgoing in the box, I stand on it. I'm out there in the yard the whole time.
Have to. And sometimes with checks and stuff, they maybe not go out when I want them to, but unless I can put them out in a secure mailbox, I don't bother.
Yeah.
I got a kick out of your reporting to the sheriff. I hope they got that guy and gave him a ticket.
I doubt if they did anything. He said he was going to call him.
That was pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh,
he was passing on a double yellow line and construction.
Passing on a double yellow line way over the speed limit, past 2 cars going uphill towards the crest on a wet, rainy day and going into the construction zone on South Island Drive. And one of the habits I picked up in the PRS, as I learned from the bicyclists there, is now a lot of bicyclists are wearing the helmet cams. If somebody right turns in front of them or something, they send them the video to the cops.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, my son was hit and run on his bike.
Yeah, so I always drive with the dash cam going.
That's good.
Yeah. From the PRS.
Just kind of continue with the walkthrough here.
Gallon. Well, we'll move along.
Well, actually, I'm not sure I see the truck. You may have gone.
Uh-oh. I didn't do that, did I? I sure did.
I just remembered that I left my keys sitting in the ignition of the bike.
Why am I not surprised?
Free motorcycle, just hop on, start her up, and take off.
Take pictures.
Sure.
That's great.
That's off of a genuine, unarmed nuclear warhead.
Really?
Yep.
That is awesome. Kim, did you see that?
It's nice and
Off the nuclear warhead.
it's nice and reflective. It's really bright at nighttime.
I love that.
Okay, I've retrieved my keys. Now back to walking through the market.
Unarmed.
Boy, oh boy.
Warhead. Pretty bad. Industrial strength squeaky.
Terrible violinists in the
Ruth.
distance.
Okay,
Good.
hanging around.
Hanging around.
Just counting down the days till they tear my shoulder apart.
Yeah, when are they going to do that?
Supposedly July 17th. 1 year and a month after they told me I needed it. That dang imperial fascist government.
Oh, well, at least they're doing it, so.
Yeah, I can still paddle a little bit.
Well, that's unusual.
Hopefully after your rehab, you'll be as good as new.
Yeah, it's going to wipe out most of the summer, including the tourist season at the market.
Yeah.
And then he says the first 6 weeks I don't do anything with it except for light duty therapy exercise.
Yeah. Just to keep it
Yeah.
from stiffening up.
And then after that, for the second 6 weeks, I'm restricted to less than 10 pounds of weight. And then after that, we'll see what the hell it does.
Here's the thing. If you're going to have the surgery, it's worth it to behave yourself and do what he says, because
Yeah, otherwise
it's
you
all
screw
for
it
naught.
up.
Yeah, and you don't
Yeah.
need to do that.
No, no, I don't. Yep.
I mainly wanted to go through to see what the place looks like since they organized it.
Yeah, they're just little kids.
They're actually charging a fee now for a spot. It's very minimal, something like $5, or you can buy a season pass for $20.
If you buy one.
And food handlers are required to have a food handler permit also now, and all vendors are required to have a state business license. And that seems to have weeded out some of the really low-grade vendors that used to show up. Stuff looks pretty good now. Before it was just a free-for-all. There was no organization, no spot assignments. Everybody just showed up. And people were showing up at 7 o'clock in the morning to get a spot for the opening time at 10 o'clock.
Pretty bad.
Here, a couple of little girls torturing their violins in there. Definitely looks better, much more organized. And they should charge a fee because people are going in the hall and using the facilities and this, that, and the other thing. So, you know, it all costs money.
Hello.
The Harstine.
The turnout is usually the best on this first weekend of the summer, Memorial Day weekend. After that, the turnout of vendors seems to slack off a bit. This is not on a tourist route,
The bitter end.
but it is a fairly good place to sell. I've done okay here the first couple years I sold
good
here.
Turnout despite all the new regulations. Pretty good turnout despite all the new regulations.
I'm gonna climb back on the motorcycle and head for Jarrell Cove State Park.
Yeah, to go in and use the John before I leave.
The state park is only a couple of miles from the community center. Go up there, take a look at the holiday crowd.
That's from the
Okay, let's head for Jarrell Cove State Park. The state actually has 2 state parks on it. The other one is pretty much undeveloped and it's not much more than a trailhead down to the beach. Jarrell Cove does have drive-in camping. It's a small park with only about 24 or 25 sites. Very close to the community center. Probably only about 2 miles, maybe not even that much. Oh, off we go up North Island Drive. If the guy on my left will figure out what he wants to do. Harstine Island has great motorcycle roads. Fun place to ride. You gotta watch out for the double D's though. The 2 D's are deer and DWIs. And we're at the turnoff to the park. Slower up so the park ranger doesn't get all upset. We might get a 3rd state park on Harstine Island. The state has acquired a bunch of land on Fudge Point. We'll see how that develops.
Well, that's the most I've seen in here.
This park seldom fills up except on 3-day weekends. It's off the beaten tourist routes. God, look at the size of that trailer.
Good morning.
Figure to drag something that big along, you might as well just stay home in your house. Oh, for the first part of this, I brought my hip boots, which I planned on putting on and going down to the beach and wading around and doing some underwater stuff with the photo pole, but the water was roiled and cloudy, probably from waves generated by the wind.
Take a look around Jarrell Cove from the top of the state park pier. Big minus tide today. I'd hoped to do some underwater shots with the photo pole, but the water's hopelessly muddy, which happens on a minus tide frequently. Have to go to an area where there's more circulation. Take a slow pan around the area. Right across the way, just a stone's throw, is Jarrell Cove Marina, which is private. But they do grant a public access to go down by the end of the stone breakwater to get on the point. So there's several thousand feet of DNR beach around that little point there. Now we're looking out into Pickering Passage. Typical 3-day weekend. Not as many boats on the pier as there used to be. Probably because it costs so damn much to run a boat nowadays. A few anchored out in the bay. I've ridden out a few storms in this cove when I had my cruiser.
Good thing that you didn't let go of the leash.
Now this is the inner cove. The park has 2 piers, and this one on the outer cove, excuse me, this is the outer cove, and it has a second pier at the inner cove.
This is the inner pier on the inner cove of the state park. Park has 2 coves, the inner and the outer. And normally it would be full of boats all the way on a 3-day weekend. Screaming brats and barking dogs. What more could you want? There's the marina over there behind that little point. Taking a kayak up into the little side cove here, it goes quite a long ways up in there. It can be a really nice kayak trip when you got some water to work with. Okay. Alrighty. I came, I saw, I left. Might as well go home.
Hope you enjoyed our little tour of the island, at least for the 2 main features. That's about it for today. That's the Memorial Day weekend of 2013, so I'm just going to head on home. Don't see any reason to film all that. Thanks a lot for coming along.
There we go.